Hello. I want to share a book with you all today, a really good book about how we can love our neighbors. Our world is in the need of us showing love and being kind to all those around us. And so this book is a great way to help us to kind of think outside the box and think about ways that we can be loving too. So let me read it to you. It's called Maybe I Can Love My Neighbor Too. It's written by Jennifer Grant, illustrated by Benjamin Shipper, and published by Beaming Books. I live at the corner of 9th and 19th, upstairs in apartment 4A. A building is going up across the street. Week after week, it grows taller and taller, climbing up high in the sky. Mama, will all the new people be our neighbors too? I asked one day. Every single person is our neighbor, she says, whether they live next door or across the street or far, far away. I know I'm supposed to love my neighbors, but how can I love that many people? I ask. Mama gives me a hug. Oh, honey, she says, I'm sure you'll find a way. Maybe start by noticing the ways that others show love. A man walks by the construction site, pushing a shopping cart that's stuffed with blankets and bags. The wheel hits a bump on the road, and the cart almost tips over. But one of the workers moves fast enough to catch it and sets it upright again. Helping someone who's just passing by is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. Mama and I walk down to the park just like we do every day. I see a man and a woman up ahead talking to people while they wait at the light. I stare at the pictures on the man's hands and arms, and while he tells Mama about people who had to leave their homes because they weren't safe anymore. Mama hands a few dollars to the woman who has a purple stripe in her hair. Giving money so people can have a safe place to live is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. At the park, an old man is shouting his dog's name. Shadow, Shadow, he calls. A boy runs after the dog, diving to catch him. A minute later, Shadow is back with his owner. The old man says thank you over and over and over. Helping older folks is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. Mama, look at me, I shout as she waves from the bench under her favorite tree. When I'm all out of breath, I sit at the edge of the sandbox, watching the other kids play. A girl tosses me a shovel and pail. Then we build the most elegant castle and dig a moat around it. We decorate it with royal flags made of sticks and seeds and leaves. That was kind of that girl, Mama says, when we were walking back home. I liked seeing how she loved her neighbor, and the neighbor this time was you. Sharing toys with a friend is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. There's sand between my toes, and Mama says it's time for the tub. But then we hear a knock at the door. It's our neighbors from upstairs, and they baked us a loaf of bread. Sharing good things to eat is a way to show love. Maybe I can love my neighbor too. At dinner, I tell Daddy, guess what? I learned something new today. That's what I like to hear, he says. What is it? Every person in the whole world is my neighbor, I say, and I can love them too. I could give my birthday money to someone who needs it more than me, or I could carry groceries or open doors for people who aren't as strong as I am. I pull up my sleeves and show my muscles. There are lots of ways, I say. I can be kind to other kids in the park, or even bake something to share with people in our building. I knew you'd find ways to show love to others, Mama said, with a smile. Every other person in the whole wide world is my neighbor. Whether they live next door or across the street or far, far away. And I know I can love my neighbors too. The end. What I really love about this book is a little girl wanted to know so hard how she could love her neighbors. And she realized with her mom's help that she just needed to look around and open her eyes and find ways where people needed help. And she was willing to do the work. That's really important. I hope that you and I and everyone around will start looking for ways that we can love our neighbors and we can be helpers. And we do all of this because we love God and we love our neighbors. And that is what God wants us to do, and that is going to make the world a wonderful place.